Crowdfunding, what is it? What does it mean to different people? Let me ask you a question. Do you know anyone that needs to raise funds for their dream project or their dream job? That's what crowdfunding is. We can help people raise funds for any project that they would like to finance or any need that they have in their life. Crowdfunding is a concept that's been around for a long time. It's the idea of passing the plate at church and people putting money into the plate and all the small donations making enough up to support the church and the organization. Forbes magazine says crowdfunding is the next big trend. It's going to change the way that fundraising is done. Crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project, especially through the internet. When I ask people if they've heard of crowdfunding, they say, no, they haven't. Then I tell them the story about the man in Detroit who walked to work every day, 21 miles a day round trip, because he didn't have a car. Somebody talked to him one day and said they'd like to create a project for him to be able to get a car. He raised $349,000. Donations came in from 13,000 different people, and that was all done in 1 month. Now I have a question for you. Is that legal? Yes, people donated that money to him. A lot of small donations. You can take a look here, $10, $20, $100. He was only trying to raise $35,000. Does he have to give that back? No, because it was donated to him. People knew what was there because they could see it, and they just kept giving anyway because they wanted to. They saw a need, and people have always responded to a need. This boy's his name is Vidal, young man now, and he wants to go to Harvard. And so the school said, let's try this crowdfunding thing. And so they wanted to raise $100,000. It was a 3-month project, and they ended up raising $1.4 million. Not only did he get to go to school, but they named the scholarship fund after him so that other kids in the future who want to go to college will have monies available to them. Today we're going to share with you a revolutionary new way to accelerate your funding and your efforts for any campaign you or anybody else may have. And in the process, we're going to help many other people at the same time. We're going to do that through community crowdfunding. What is community crowdfunding? Well, we have to go back in history and take a look at what community is. 200 years ago, 92% of the people were self-employed business owners. You heard the stories. The doctors were paid with a chicken or egg, and how people gave and traded stuff back and forth. Today, though, 92% of people are employees. They've sold their time for an income. What's that got to do with today? Because back then, 200 years ago, if people wanted to build a house before we had mortgages, people went together and they did it. They had a house raising or a barn raising, and it was a community project. They got together for a social time, they had a celebration, and they just worked together to get the job done. People helping people. You first had to help somebody else. If you moved into the community and you needed to raise a house, if they had somebody ahead of you, they'd have to build their house and you'd help them do that, and then yours would be next. Well, that's the principle that we have here with our crowdfunding. Community crowdfunding is people helping people in a financial way because they can't be there in a physical way. Hector lost his job, and the family became a one-income family. They had to move out of their $850 apartment and move into his parents' basements. He had heard about community funding and wondered how in the world it could work for him. So he got a hold of us and he said, show me how this works. We explained it to him and said, what you do is you find other people that have a need just like you do. You share this with them, no matter what their need is, and together you guys can raise funds by helping each other. And we'll help you also. And so he did that. And in 90 days, he was able to put together $27,000 on this new 4-bedroom home and close on it. Kirby loves to fly. He wanted to create an aviation school in the Philippines. Every year they have 8 to 9 typhoons that come and make landfall each year. He wanted to also help people who lost their homes. So his first goal was to raise $100,000 so he could get his plane and start his school. The next thing he wanted to do is donate to the people who had a need. In 62 days, he received $103,000 in donations by helping 12 other people in the community that had a project of their own. His donations are still coming in, and they're growing stronger and bigger every year, every month, every day. What can crowdfunding do for you? Depends on what your project is. Maybe you'd like to start a business. In 2012, Congress put together the Jobs Act, and the purpose was to help businesses fund their business and to expand their business. It also applied to other things because people maybe want to build a church. They want to create a project to make a better world, a mission project, soup kitchen, helping the homeless, whatever project people can think of. Animal shelters are big. funding home improvements. I went to the home show last week and went out there and I was helping people fund their projects of improving their homes. And it didn't matter whether it was landscaping, a pool, remodeling the kitchen, whatever it was. You know, if somebody said to you, hey, would you give me a donation to remodel my kitchen? You'd probably go, yeah, sure. No, I'd like to remodel my kitchen. Well, look, let's do it together then. And that's what we can do. The one that grew the most last year was paying off student loans. You can also use this to fund weddings, honeymoons, cars, houses, down payments, payoffs, mortgages, create a retirement account. One of the things that I notice is that the kids that are here today, I'm talking about our grandkids and their kids, are not going to have retirement planning like we do today. The day of the gold watch and pension plans, those days are over. If the person is going to have a retirement fund, it's going to be up to them to start putting it together. And we can do that. We can help. You can use it to pay off bills, medical bills. How do you get started? Well, first of all, there is no cost to get started. You can put together your project, type it up in Word document. When you get it all done, paste it right into your website, the web capture page, and this is all included. All the tools are part of this package. So this isn't something you're going to have to spend other money on. You can start with as little as $10. We recommend the $200 to the person who told you about this. Why? Because we help each other. And would you rather receive $10 donations or $200 donations? $200 donations are better. So help the person. I know when I first started, I was going to donate $50 to the project, the person who shared this to me. And then I looked at this project and I looked at what I was going to have and I'm going, hey, I'll tell you what, here, I'm going to go ahead and do the $200. Begin sharing your project with other people. Tell them about it. But I got a better way. Instead of telling them about your project, ask them if they'd like to have one themselves. Keep stepping up, keep sharing it forward, keep telling other people about it, and you'll help others do the same thing that you've done, and you'll find out in no time you're going to have what you're looking for. Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough other people get what they want, you will have what you want. And it's true, folks. I've seen it. I've experienced it myself in the short time that I've been doing this. Share this with a few other people that have a personal need. How do you do that? I was told when I got started to just contact a few people that I know, and I did. You could call them. You can send them an email. You can send them a text. You can post it on social media. And if you do that and you do it well, you can set an internet tidal wave around the world that can change your life forever. My name's Jim Hollinger, and this is my wife, Jenny. The 4 Pillars of Financial Freedom is my project. I've always been helping people in this area, but there's one thing I couldn't ever do before, and that was help people raise the money to take care of their project. We can show you how to get out of debt, how to turn debt into wealth, how to plan a legacy and pass your estate on to your whole family tax-free, and how to put together a retirement plan. The biggest thing that we see today that seniors are concerned about is living too long, running out of money before it's time. These are the things that we do. Get back with the person that gave you this information and say, hey, I want to get started. Show me what to do next.